I actually want this to be a yearly thing. You know, it's kind of like a fantasy football predictions sort of thing, just the start of the year. We did hit or miss on a bunch of games, that are coming out this year. So the whole concept of it is, if it's a hit, it's a hit. If it's a miss, it's a miss. But there's also kind of that middle of the road, where it won't be a hit nor a miss, it'll just be the middle of the road for a lot of people. So, because of that, and because we talked about it loosely last time, I did actually want to do this as like a yearly thing, and then at the end of the year, we look back and see how many I managed to get right. You know, how many was, you know, there's probably going to be a couple of surprises, obviously, but, you know, either way. So, what better way of doing it than my favorite thing in the world, which is, of course, a tier list. So I've made this tier list. Well, I've borrowed it. You know how they make it on tier lists. I've borrowed it from someone. These are all like the notable games that are out this year. The biggest ones that are coming out this year. So you've got not every single game, obviously, but you know, the ones that were sort of announced for this year and stuff. We're going to fill this out as quickly as possible, because I kind of did it last time, but we're going to have an official thing. I'll screenshot it, and then we'll look back at the end of the year and see how many we got right. So this is the official one. This is last time to change any minds, or you guys to convince me that I shouldn't do that, because it's definitely going to be a miss or a hit, whatever. So you got hit, middle of the road. As I said, middle of the road it's just going to be average, pretty much. It's not going to be hit nor miss. Probably delayed is just a new one, because if I think it's not going to come out, I'll just say it's probably delayed. That's also another category, so either way. Really quick. Baldur's Gate 3, hit. Armed Core 6. I don't know. No one knows. That's a weird game that got announced by From Software for a game they haven't made in, I think, about 12 to 15 years. To make a 6 game, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I think it's going to be middle of the road. Tekken 8. Hit. I don't play Tekken games. I'll just say it's a hit. It'll be a hit. Destiny 2 Lightfall. A hit in many people's eyes, but in the casuals, maybe not. Let's say middle of the road and play it safe with Destiny Lightfall. I don't know what that is. We're skipping ones I don't know. Sons of the Forest. I'm guessing that's a sequel to The Forest, which was quite a popular game. I'm guessing it's a sequel to The Forest. I'll say it's a hit. Liza P. Don't know. Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty. Oh, I don't know. I'm even wearing a Cyberpunk jacket. Jesus Christ, I should just make this a hit, really. Middle of the road, because it's still a Cyberpunk game at the end of the day, and with any new content with Cyberpunk, you're always expecting probably bugs at this point, and anything they add new to that code is probably going to wreck the game. So it might be a good game and they might redeem themselves, but I have a feeling they made this or had this idea of this before everything went to shit, so they didn't. It's not like a reaction type of game, like a reaction to the hate they got. It seems to be like this was something that was developed before the game came out, so middle of the road, I would say. Aliens Dark Descent, I don't really know too much about it, to be honest. The Avatar game, don't really know too much about it. Alan Wake 2, I said hit last time. I think it's going to be a hit. Forspoken, miss. Brew Protocol, Hellboy, I don't really know most of them. Suicide Squad, Kill the Suicide Squad, or whatever it's called. I'm gonna say, I trust Rocksteady. I think it'll be a hit. Starfield, miss. We already discussed why. Either way. Arc 3. I don't really play Arc, but Arc 2 or 3? 2. I don't really know. I can't really make a guess on it. Judas. That's the new game from Ken Levine, ex-Bioshock dev, or creative director. I have a feeling this is going to be a miss, but I'll say middle of the road. Diablo, we said hit already last time. Atomic Heart, hit. Dune Awakening, I haven't checked this out. I don't think. Final Fantasy 16, hit. Yeah, hit. Why not? Replaced. Absolute hit. Okay. Death Stranding 2. I've missed one here, but anyway. Death Stranding 2. Death Stranding is probably delayed. Is that going to be delayed? I mean, there's not a lot, like, in terms of, like, it's not a complicated looking type of game. Death Stranding's quite empty, really, isn't it? So I don't know why it might be delayed. I think this is going to be middle of the road. It's going to be kind of the same game, really. Anyways, even though I like Death Stranding 2, for a majority of people, I'm going with this list. It's basically the majority. Like, we'll look at review scores, like Metacritic scores at the end of the year to kind of determine if it was a hit or miss, and just a general kind of feeling on it throughout the year. But I think Death Stranding 2 will be middle of the road because it's a Death Stranding game and it's a hard sell. Crime Boss. This game is weird looking. It looks like a copycat of GTA. If you have not seen, I don't know its full name, Crime Boss something city. I forgot the full name of it. If you've never seen a trailer for it, it looks like a rip-off Grand Theft Auto with Chuck Norris in it. Legitimately. And a bunch of other famous people. Vanilla Ice is also in it. I think this is going to be dog shit, if I'm being honest. It's just really weird, but I kind of want it to be a hit. I really want it to be a hit, but it feels like a miss. It feels like it's going to be a bad game with just all its money spent on voice actors, to be honest, and that's how they were going to sell it, really. Haven't seen the Crash, I haven't seen any of these, or the Crash games, to be honest. Lords of the Fallen I haven't really seen. I haven't seen. Street Fighter 6, I think we said was a hit. I'm just going to skip over the ones I really haven't seen enough of. Don't know what that is. Jedi Survivor, hit. Oh, Pragmata. Pragmata? I forgot who's making this. This was the weird trailer thing that we all thought was Hideo Kojima, wasn't it? Remember this thing? A weird spaceman guy who's got lost in New York and he's looking for like a way home or something. I don't know. He looks like such a mix of characters. He looks like the character from Vanquish. He looks like the Kojima Productions mascot, and he looks like Isaac from Dead Space at the same time. That's delayed. You haven't shown much of it. I think it's delayed. Redfall, I think we said is a miss. A slight miss. Stalker 2. Still undecided about this one. I think it will be a good game, but it's possibly going to be way down by bugs and issues, so I think it's going to be middle of the road. I don't see it being an absolute hit yet. So middle of the road for me. Maybe in like a year's time. I just don't see it coming out of the gate like working well. That's all. That's really it. Space Marine 2, the first game was good. I'm guessing I haven't played the first game, so I'm guessing that's going to be good too. Last of Us is coming out on PC, and Returnal is coming out on PC, and Resident Evil 4 remake is a remake, blah blah blah. So they're all remakes, so don't need to grade them. Dead Island 2 we said would be a miss. Dead Space is a remake, don't really need to do that. Hogwarts Legacy will be I forgot what I said. I think it's overhyped, but I still think it'll be a hit. That's what I thought. Zelda, the name I forgot what it is for the new Breath of the Wild 2 game that I'm just going to call it Breath of the Wild 2. This is going to be a hit. Is Death Stranding being released in 2023? Yeah, I think they initially said 2023, but that again, you know what? You're right. I don't think that should be in delayed, shouldn't it? Yeah, that should be delayed. I think Starfield will be delayed again. I think it will be coming out. I think once they start showing gameplay, like, then once they start show off games, then they're usually like, okay, I think we're ready to start at least, showing it off. Like, they want to show it off when it's in a beta stage, so they showed it off like a year ago, I think now. So yeah, I think at the very least, holiday of this year, you know, Christmas of this year, I think it'll come out. At the very most, sorry. The day before, this game's getting absolute booted online. I don't think it'll be good. I think it's not really that impressive, to be honest. Miss. Kerbal hits. It'll be early access, but it'll be a hit. And the rest of them, I do not know. I'm just going to give one quick other check. Oh, Hades. Complete miss. Hades 2 hit, obviously. It's number 2. You know the rule where it's number 2. When it's number 2, I'll just explain again. When the rule of number 2 is if your game, the first game you made was really, really good, the second game will always be as good or even better. It's never like, it's never below. Don't go Google searching for other games that have 2 in them now and saying that theory is completely wrong. No, if the game was good the first one, then the second game is going to be as good or even better. That's just how it is. I think that's the list, everyone. So that's the screenshot. That's every game that I know as of right now, and we got a lot of hits. You know, that doesn't look like a bad year. We got 2 probably delays. We got Forspoken, Starfield, Crime Boss, Weird Game, Redfall, Dead Island 2 and the day before is misses. Middle of the road, Armed Core, Destiny Lightfall, Cyberpunk, Phantom Liberty, Judas, and Stalker 2, which I hope is a hit. Sorry, not a miss. Which I hope, but we'll see. And then you got all these hits. You got Baldur's Gate, Replace, Tekken 8, Sons of the Forest, Alan Wake 2, Suicide Squad, Kerbal Space Program 2, Diablo 4, Atomic Heart, Final Fantasy 16, Street Fighter, Jedi Survivor, Space Marine 2, even though I haven't played the first one, but it's a 2, and the first one got a lot of good reviews, so that means the second one's going to be just as good or even better, as we discussed. Hogwarts Legacy, yeah, Zelda, Hades 2, all going to get good. I do realize that this is called Stalker 2, but there was kind of 3 games beforehand, so technically it doesn't fit into that, you know, theory. There was a couple of games. It wasn't just one game, it was a couple of games, so. And it's been fucking forever since they released the last one. Now we know what's going to be a hit, so you can make your pre-orders now and give a bunch of people in a bunch of companies a lot of money, everyone. So, okay, go make your pre-orders. I can wait. I'm going to save that. I have to put that somewhere on my hard drive so I remember in a year's time to come back to that and then look at how wrong I was about everything.